I'm Dave D, and you're watching XP Team USA. On this episode, we visit Detectiveville 2018 for an exclusive XP new product release. Iowa's R.C. Dunn and Lenny Quillen take us on a quick hunt on a 1930s permission. And XP Sonia makes her Deus Dandy pick. But right now, join me and fellow Deus user Dan Nielsen as we take you back in time on a miraculous detecting journey.
Growing up Catholic, I would hear stories of the Virgin Mary appearing to unexpected people. Known as a Marian sighting, these seem to only occur in small European villages. Imagine to my surprise when I was contacted by a friend and fellow Deus user, Dan Nielsen, that Champion, Wisconsin is home to one of only 12 recognized Marian sightings in the world. I drove the 30 minutes from my house to meet up with Dan at the National Shrine of Our Lady of Good Help. As a member of the maintenance department, Dan secured our permission to detect these historical grounds. All relevant artifacts recovered will go to the on-site museum at the Shrine's Visitor Center. Location and site research is key, especially one that sees over 150,000 visitors a year. To help narrow the scope of the search, I met with the Shrine historian Linda Larson. She filled me in on the story of Adele Bryce.
And Adele's contribution to the well-being of her family, one of the things she did was to carry grain to the grist mill to be ground into flour. And on one of these trips, she was walking along a wooded Indian trail. The year was October 1859, and all of a sudden, standing between what is believed to be a maple and a hemlock, she saw a beautiful lady dressed in dazzling white, and she didn't know what to make of it.
Adele's encounter is truly fascinating. But another historical event that happened 12 years later pointed us in the right direction to ground zero. The devastating Peshtigo Fire, still considered the deadliest wildfire in American history, claiming up to 2,500 lives and destroying 1.2 million acres of land. Once again, the Shrine of Our Lady of Good Help is in the epicenter.
The fire began October 8th, 1871. It happened at the same time as the Chicago fire. This took place the day before the 12th anniversary of the apparition. So many people came here. When they got here, they found that the sisters and the children were already praying in the church. And they were praying the rosary. They were processing around with a statue of Mary.
Amazingly, their prayers were answered. The church and the surrounding area were spared. From then on, each year, worshipers gathered to reenact the procession. It's that area, the yearly processional grounds, where we decided to start our hunt. We decided to section off and flag any iffy to repeatable tones. As the flags were placed in the spot of potential targets, a pattern started to form. The path seemed to widen. Seeing the photos of years past proved our research was spot on. I selected the hot program and made a few modifications based on the ground reading, and I switched out to the 9-inch high-frequency coil. This would help brighten up any small targets or coins on edge. Our biggest fear would have been not to recover a centerpiece for the museum, but after turning over a few plugs in Zone 2, the monkey was off our back.
Oh, now this is what I'm talking about. You better bring that in closer, man. Check this out. Is that a bead? Nope. Look at this crucifix. Look at that patina. I'm talking 1800s, right there. Beautiful crucifix. Check the back out. This is an oldie. This is what I'm talking about, guys. I'm in the high frequency, 56, 54, I believe. Beautiful. Unbelievable. Still has the beads on it.
We had found a great location.
My prayers have been answered, as you can hear in the background. As the Father speaks, I get my first bucket lister. Well, a bucket lister. My first ever thimble. It's not silver, but look at that.
We even started to attract a crowd.
But Dan, this is a really good find. This was a really good 8-9 inches down, intact crotal bell. It's very tiny, very detailed. I'm sure the clapper's inside there. So another great find. And I'm working on the high frequency 54, so we're picking up all the faint signals, and they're coming in really nice.
Most of the finds recovered ranged from the late 1800s to the early 1900s, most being religious, and for each one recovered, a prayer was re-released. So I got that going for me.
I hit this really solid 84 down. It sounded shallow because it was really loud, and then once I dug the hole, it was really loud because most of the hole was full with this square nails and pieces of iron. But within that lot of iron, a beautiful crucifix medallion, and this is an old one. I'm gonna say early 1900s. I don't know if you can get a good shot of this.
It's always great to use our hobby to help historical locations add to their collection. Research the property the same way you would research any private location. Be prepared for onlookers and share your excitement and knowledge with them. At the end of the day, we felt a sense of pride, knowing that future shrine visitors will be able to view our recovered relics for years to come.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah, we got some really exciting news. We got the ORX from XP. What is the ORX? Well, primarily it's designed as a gold machine, but it can be used inland. It's got a coin and treasure program. Well, it's actually got 2 coin and treasure programs, and that's where I'm going to start. What about the features? You've got 4 user programs in this. It's a simplified dais that really works well. So you've got 2 gold programs and 2 coin and treasure programs, plus 2 empty memory slots where you can save your custom programs. You've got limited features on the menu, but the important things are you've got the sensitivity, reactivity, iron volume and things like that. We go into that a little bit more later on as things progress, because this is just a prototype. We may make some changes, so it's not really worth me getting too involved. Let me talk about a couple of more interesting things. The ORX comes with the WS audios. Now these are simple switch on and go headphones. They've got no menu with them, so they're literally just wireless headphones. They're equally as quick as the Deus WS4s and WS5s. They're just simplified. These work out at about £110. Before you ask, I'm afraid these aren't compatible with the Deus. They're only compatible with the ORX. Secondly, the stem. We've got an all new stem here. It's a 1-piece plastic stem. It's lightweight and it's rugged. It really does the business. If you wanted to buy this stem on its own, it's about £110 again. So that's saving a lot of money and a lot of weight on your original Deus. The coils with the ORX, you get the elliptical white coil or the round coil, both HF. And also if you've got X35 coils, it's going to work with them too. And don't forget, you've still got the connectivity with the MI6 pinpointer, so it's all there, all in one great package. Price wise, well, it's going to be about £800 with the headphones, the full kit. If you didn't want the headphones, it will be about £700. That's UK money, so convert that to dollars, see if you can get a deal. It's definitely something worth looking at here.
We're over here in England looking for nectar. guys in the USA, Luke from Joan Allen.
Hi to all the guys in the USA. The tool at the moment is selling like hotcakes on Detectable. This is called our Gladius, stainless, and we also do it in black finish as well.
Nigel and Alan from XP Metal Detectors. Say hi to the USA, guys.
Hello USA!
Okay, we're at, what is this? Detectable 2018 over here, tearing it up. Everybody's here having a good time. Next year, you get out here.
We had a lot of great finds sent in from our members across the U.S. Let's check them out now on our Day of Standees. Once again, we had a lot of incredible finds sent in. Thank you, everyone. We really appreciate it. My favorite this month, though, has got to be Steve Fenner's identification disc. The disc was from a Union soldier that fought during the Civil War, and it was found outside of Richmond, Virginia. Steve, what an incredible find. Congratulations on that. That's incredible. So thank you, everyone. Keep sending in your finds, and you never know, yours may be featured next on our Day of Standees.
What if you had a few hours to kill and a sweet permission to boot? Well, if you're RC Dunn and Lenny Quillen, you do a quick hunt.
Hey everybody, this is RC with Len. We're gonna do a quick hunt tonight. We got permission at this property. It's about, I don't know, late 20s, early 1930s. We just got off of work and let's get to it, see what we can find. You hear that? Yeah. That's blasting, that's a 92. Love it. My favorite. Come take a look. My favorite coin to find. Mercury dime. What you got, Lynn?
Clothesline pole here. Looks pretty old. You know, this place goes back to the 30s. Good 87 right here. I see it laying right here in the bottom. This is an old, yeah, it says something about Webb Products patent number from USA. So this is actually a clothespin made out of aluminum, probably as a design to take the place of the old wooden ones that rusted and deteriorated over the years.
Makes sense where it's at.
Yeah, that's nice. Nice, kind of a lime green.
Yeah, nice find.
All right, thanks.
Guys, I set up the camera because I got to show you this. Check it out. An actual outhouse is still on this property. And right here it says 3/16/1938. So this outhouse was put in here in 1938, the day before St. Patrick's Day. They must have been getting ready, but I mean, how cool. It's still an active outhouse that I know of.
What are you doing?
What were you doing in there?
What do you think I'm doing?
Try a twist off or something. 95. Same as a. Yeah, could be. Drop to an 84, 85 now. Oh my goodness, come here. It's a ring. Silver ring with a heart on it. Look at that. Look how little that is. Little child's ring, silver. Looks pretty old too. Maybe 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s, I don't know, but it's definitely a child's sterling silver ring.
Wow, nice hit. Well, you just dug a ring. I just hit a 60, 61. I thought maybe it'd be a nickel, but actually it's a cool, really old buckle. I don't know how good we can get it. I'll have to show you afterwards. I'll take a picture of it, but there's life out here. There's some different cool stuff. So anyway, nice little buckle. We're finding some relics and some coins here. So I had luck with a 61 over there with a belt buckle, so I thought I'd get another 61, but got an intact light bulb here, really old. If I can Uncle Fester it now. I got a bottle, an intact bottle.
Yeah.
And it ain't old either. Gerber. Best used by November 89. Yummy. If you're curious of the power of the dais, I'm down about 6-7 inches, and I pulled a very small shoe nail. Amazing. All right, Lynn, we did all right. We both found silver.
Yep.
Got, what else did we get?
A button.
A button, got another one. We got 2 of those
aluminum clothespins.
Clothespins.
What year was that from? I Googled it. 50s?
50s, I think.
50s, I think.
Found a couple of buckles, a baby food container, jar still intact. What else?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean,
not too bad. Found some relics and some silver for 2 hours after work. You can't beat that.
And the mosquitoes found us.
Yeah, and Lenny found an outhouse. So I mean, what more could you ask for?
All right, guys, good hunting.
It's that time again, so get those tray tables up and seat backs in the upright position as we head over to the UK to get the answers to your questions on this installment of Ask Gary.
Hello, Gary. Deus Ray here from Oklahoma City. My question for you today has to do with the control on the XP Deus. When I'm out hunting like this, swinging my machine around, I tend to let my hand get up underneath the control unit and it not paying a whole lot of attention because I'm concentrating on what I'm doing, and the control unit will get loose and it'll drop off. I just got in my desk and found a lanyard, wrapped it around the shaft. It ain't going anywhere. You know, problem solved. But it's not very pretty.
Hi Ray, thanks for your email. If you're having problems with the control box falling off, it could well be the end connector is slightly warm. These are consumable and they only cost a few dollars. They're held in with 2 screws and they just simply go onto your stem and the screws go in either side. So take a look out for that, that could be worn. The second thing worth mentioning, I see you're using a lanyard. Well, you don't have to use a big heavy lanyard. You could just use fishing lines, something like a 15-pound breaking strain, and just make a very fine lanyard out of that. Thanks for your question and happy hunting.
Hey Gary, my name is Grant Hansen. I am with XP Team USA, a field rep out of New Jersey. My question for you is about the mineralization bar on the Deus remote. I run a custom program similar to your Ultimate program, and I run manual ground balance. I'm wondering, do you use the mineralization bar at all to adjust the settings on your dais to optimize performance for different ground conditions? For instance, if it's running hot, do you make any tweaks? If it's not running so hot, do you make any adjustments? Any info is good info. Thanks.
Hi Grant, thanks for your question. That's a very good question indeed. A lot of people get confused with the mineralization bar and what it connects to regarding ground balance. Now, as a rule, if your mineralization bar doesn't move, there's really no need to ground balance, because that's telling you there's not a strong enough ground echo for the machine to make an accurate adjustment with. However, if your mineralization bar is quite high, you can then trust the ground numbers which are showing and make your ground balance adjustment accordingly. For example, tracking. You can use tracking if your mineralization bar is high, but we don't recommend you use tracking if the bar is low, because you may be tracking to random numbers and then you'll get some false signals and just a poor operation. So yeah, the mineralization bar tells you how strong the echo is coming from the ground. People ask me, what's a deep relic program? Well, to get deep relics you need quite a lot of patience, so there's not an easy program, but the one I absolutely love is program number 10, Goldfield. But it just needs a little bit of setting up. Because it's called Goldfield, it doesn't mean it's a gold program. You can adapt it to your sites, and it uses less filtering than your conventional factory preset program, so it goes a bit deeper. Here's how I set it up. First of all, go into Goldfield, program number 10. Hit the menu. Sensitivities, factory default's 95. I'd leave that as it is for the time being. Frequency, I'm on 14 kilohertz at the moment. That's good. Reactivity, it's on 2 as a factory default. I'm going to just raise it up a little bit to 2.5. Disc IAR. Now that's an interesting one. IAR means ion amplitude rejection. At 0, it's an all metal program, there's no discrimination at all. But I like to use discrimination and use it maximum at number 5. At number 5, let's just say you reject most iron. You will dig some deep iron, but it's a relic program. You want to dig some interesting iron. So at IAR 5, you tend to knock out the awkward nails and things like that. So let's go up to 5, drop it down 1, threshold. Now I'm going to leave that and go down to the next one, audio response. I'm going up to audio response 3, and then now I've set the audio response. I'm going to go back to the threshold and just introduce some threshold, which is a background hum. I like a background hum when I'm using Goldfield, so you'll hear it coming in as I'm turning it up. For the camera, I'm using number 6 at threshold, but if you're using your headphones out in the field, you might want to lower it so it's a little bit quiet. So you can hear that now. All we have to do now is ground grab it. To ground grab, we use a pinpoint button, and all you do is raise and lower the coil, and you can hear there's a little bit of feedback coming off there. Your ground, if it's hot, you'll get a lot more feedback. And as it approaches the ground, just press the pinpoint button once until it's eliminated. You might have to do it 2 or 3 times to get an exact ground balance, and you're ready to go. So as we're detecting, we've got a lovely hum in the background, and what we're listening for is a smooth audio sound, a smooth buzz. Now, if the sound is stuttery, it's broken, that's iron. So what we want is a nice, steady audio. As you can hear, sensitivity at 95, it's really well behaved in Goldfield. There's a little sound. It's quite solid. It has got a little bit of a crackle at the end of it, which makes me a little bit suspicious, but let's have a dig. I might be wrong. Be prepared to dig a little bit deeper using Goldfield. I'm using the back of the coil now to locate the target. And there it is, a deep piece of coke. Now normally you only get coke on the surface, but this was a good 6-7 inches down. I had a suspicion it was coke because on my second dig I got the up-down target XYID. Let's try and find something good. Oh, that's a nice one. Can you hear how solid and smooth it is with no break? It's coming up at 75 on the XY screen. I can see that. Let me show it you. How deep is that? And it looks to me like a coin. I think that's a jeton. How deep was that? 9-10 inches down with a really good XY reading. I told you Goldfield was deep. Get out there and give it a try.
Okay, XP Team USA, this is Detective CR, Head Munch. I'm trying to dig this hole right here because it's beeping on the 42s, 44. So let's check it out, guys. I'm gonna set up a camera for you. Holy cow! Guys, I cannot believe this. This is a silver ring right here. Oh my god. Let me double check. Yes, it is. Silver ring, guys, for you.
Hey there, check this out.
Nice looking cuff button. Orange silver, which is pretty cool.